Good morning, people. It's Geoffrey, Howells Carpet Cleaning, and it is officially the second day of winter, December 22nd. Let's go ahead and go on inside. We've got, just kind of call this a townhouse, I suppose, out in Happy Valley, Damascus area. Go ahead and go on inside, and you are walking this with me because I haven't really taken a close look. So we got this downstairs area here. I kind of like look around for filtration lines around the floor and any other staining that might pop out. Typically it would be red stuff, but these carpets actually look like they had been cleaned prior to the house going up on the market, and I believe it sat for a while. So we're basically doing a bunch of dust removal and stuff just because of the house sitting and showing and all that good stuff. So we got that front room area. We've got a stairway. Oh, put my guards there. Typically 3 guards coming into the house is enough to pretty much protect any layout. And what that's doing is protecting our hoses. Like I have my solution line kind of piled out there, and it prevents the hose from kind of sawing away at the paint on corners. You can kind of see, looks like there might be some pre-existing damage down here. That's because something hit it, obviously, but it prevents our equipment from damaging corners. Let's go ahead and head on upstairs. We got a flight of stairs, a landing. That could be ink. That'll just come out with our no problem. Another set of stairs with that landing. Oh, I put another guard here because obviously we're going to go around that corner. And I've got another guard here at the top because we got this big, nice, wide open spot here, up here. And obviously we're going to be running our hoses in this direction. So there you got it. 3 guards pretty much takes care of it. The rest of it we don't have to. We'll be careful, but it's not necessary. It's not putting anything in jeopardy where we're going hard around corners or anything. Turn some lights on here. So got 1 bedroom, closet, 2 bedrooms, obviously a closet there. This nice landing up here, and we've got a master bedroom down here. And there's probably, I'm guessing, a walk-in closet. Here we go. Here we've got a walk-in closet. So 3 bedrooms, landing, stairway, and front room area. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a pre-vacuum just to get the dust up out of the carpeting before we do our steam cleaning with our wand. I really do like that Teflon glide that's on there. It really cuts the friction off the carpet, makes it a job a lot easier on your back, and it doesn't really stifle any airflow or suction. It might slightly just due to all these little holes that are drilled in there, and that's for the stability so this thing doesn't break or fall apart or anything, obviously. That might stifle a little bit of airflow, but not really. Those holes, obviously you can look at it, so if there's a bunch of debris on the carpeting, it really has to be pre-vacuumed because, as you can see, you're not sucking up anything really of any consequence up through that, your wand there. It's just going to get jammed. That's the case with pretty much all wands, even the ones that don't have a glide, because that opening down there is so small. It might be like 5/16 of an inch, if that much. You might picking up any pennies or paper clips or anything like that. Cheerios probably wouldn't even fit into the opening there. So you do want to make sure you do a heavy pre-vacuum and pick up debris off the carpeting. So we're going to start out with a pre-vacuum, get this place all vacuumed up, and then we will start our pre-spray, get our truck hooked up, lines ran in, and we'll begin the steam cleaning process. Oh, and by the way, downstairs I also have our CRB. We're going to premium clean the downstairs area because if there's any debris in the house, it's usually downstairs or on the stairways. It very rarely makes it upstairs because it's usually knocked off your feet by the time you get up here. So really what you're dealing with up here is mainly things like dust coming through your ventilation system and settling into the carpeting. That or food, that people bring upstairs, but nowadays, I mean, I hardly see anybody who brings food upstairs anymore. Except for kids. You never know what they're going to do. So, Howells Carpet Cleaning, I hope you learned something from today's video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the space below, and I will do my best to answer all those to the best of my ability. Hey, the chemistry we're going to be using today is going to be our Release It DS2 product encapsulation solution along with our Grease Hog encapsulation solution to boost it with a little bit of citrus. It does an excellent job. Doesn't look like there's any petroleum issues in the carpeting at all, so the Grease Hog would take care of any petroleum, but if anything there might be a little bit of tacky, sticky stuff. This stuff is residue free and it'll completely break all that down, so I don't see any need really for peroxide because I don't see any food contaminants or anything in there. In fact, the carpets look pretty good. So basically we're just going to be going through breaking down any greasy residue that might be tracked through the house while showing, and pick up debris and dust particles that might be laying around as well. So that's really basically what we're doing. And then down here, because there will be residents living in here and the food typically stays in the dining room, front room area, we will be doing some carpet protection down here wall to wall just to make sure that this is all covered and good. And as a courtesy, I generally will obviously this is laminated floor, so we don't have to worry about anything here, but this bottom step is known as a pivot step because when you are coming down the stairs, this scenario not so much, but you're either going to be coming down to the bottom step here and pivoting to the right or pivoting to the left. So that step does get a brunt of the movement coming through. The same is also true, well, I guess in this case it would be true because everybody who comes up in this, the stairs here is coming up in a right direction, so it's going to be getting the traffic coming around like this around the corner. And then same with the bottom step here. Everybody that's coming down the stairs is going to be coming down and pivoting to the left, pushing off in that direction. So that's getting more use than the rest of the steps. And the same is true with this step is here as well. People will either be going straight through or kicking off and turning to the right. So that step gets wear as well. Now, a lot of times you come down the stair and the pivot is either going to the right or to the left. So in this case, everything is just pretty much going in one direction. The other place, well, we're going to be doing this as well. But this right here is another example of a transition area. And it looks like the installers did a really good job of putting that transition piece there. A lot of carpets don't have that. And so the brunt It really gets a lot of wear. That's why you see a lot of fraying sometimes along these areas. It's because they get a lot of traffic from your foot, a lot of friction, and it just kind of pulls it apart. But it looks like they did pretty good. Like they probably tacked the carpeting, or maybe the strip, over the edge of the carpeting so it's protected. That's what it looks like to me. So I don't see this in a lot of places, but when I do, obviously they had the carpets in mind when they put that in there. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've pre-sprayed the entire house. Might as well just start down here since I'm down here anyways. I plugged in our CRB. It's a counter-rotating brush machine. In the industry, it's known as a CRB. And what this machine does, when I pull the handle down, obviously you can hear it engage and it's moving. But I'm going to go ahead and flip this bad boy over onto its side so that you can see those counter-rotating brushes that are under there. And it's got these collection reservoirs attached to the sides. What this does is it obviously performs agitation on your carpets and just works that pre-spray solution that we just put down with that sprayer all over the carpet. It'll eat up and emulsify any sticky residue that's in the carpet, as well as matted animal hair and other such nasties that get embedded in the carpet, such as like gravel and little pieces of rubber from shoes and all that sort of stuff. It's amazing how much rubber comes out of the carpeting. I'm not sure exactly where rubber comes from, if it's breaking down from the backing of the carpeting, if it's from the shoes or not. I don't know where rubber comes from. Some carpeting seems to have more than others, but I've talked to other people who perform CRB and they see the exact same thing. So I guess it could be breakdown from shoes and other things that get worn on the carpets. But anyways, this machine here, I use this in conjunction with my premium carpet cleaning because with that agitation, again, this is not an animal situation, but if there was animal hair in this carpeting, this beast would pull that hair out lickety-split like no problem, because it's like a fine-tooth comb going through and grooming every single fiber that is down here, which is far more thorough and much more effective than steam cleaning alone. So when you use in conjunction, you've got an awesome hybrid carpet cleaning that does a superb premium carpet cleaning job that can't be matched by steam cleaning alone. There you have it, you guys. That's what a CRB'd room looks like. And notice the patterns. They're not going to stay in there. Kind of ugly looking. But we just use this as a form of agitation, like I mentioned before. Ran that over. It just scrubs this pre-spray solution into the carpeting. Any little spots, like this guy here, if that's a spot, I don't know. But it scrubs all that stuff on out of the carpeting. And where there are impressions, if they're not from furniture, if they're not like permanent, like hard impressions, like something heavy that's been sitting there for years, it'll usually help fluff the carpeting and pull those impressions out. So we're going to go over it again once we steam clean this, just to put down some carpet protector, and then this thing will evenly distribute that carpet protection throughout the fibers. And what the carpet protection does, it helps prevent debris from sticking to carpet fibers like Velcro. So I guess in layman's terms, what it really is going to do, I mean, aside from preventing spills and things from setting in the carpet, it allows you to vacuum more debris out of your carpeting because the dirt is not getting stuck to the carpet as much. So really, you're able to keep your carpets cleaner for a longer period of time, which is awesome, I think. And it also helps prevent spills from red drinks and foods and those sort of things from staining your carpets. But what it really helps with the most is your vacuuming and keeping those carpets clean for as long as possible. Right, you can hear the truck going. We got the hoses ran into the house and we are ready to start steam cleaning. I want to show you what these guards are actually doing now. This one doesn't have a whole lot of tension on it, but it is protecting that corner there. This one here has the most tension on it. There's really no room to give there, so that thing is really saving your butt. Doesn't look like it's really dragging on that corner. What I'm gonna do is, because we don't have any tension up here on anything, I'm going to double this corner up by sticking that guard. Okay, I kind of wrap that guard around there like that, so it's got a little bit more protection. This is a hose hanger. Extremely good, so you're not having to fight gravity, because regardless of how long your hoses are, how much weight you have up here, gravity is always going to start pulling it back down the stairs. Extremely annoying to fight that, so get yourself a good anchor. Anchor that puppy off. These hangers have a nice protective coating on there so that you can hang it up on like a stair banister hook or something, and it works excellent. I wish I had gotten one of these years ago, but never did. I had to fight with the stupid hose, but we are all ready to go. So I'll come in here. Our water may not be up to temperature quite yet, but it's okay because we're starting in the back closet, which doesn't see hardly any debris at all. So we've got suction, and I just want to check to make sure we got water. Clamp is open, hose is open, so we've got some steam coming out there. So probably not extremely hot steam yet, but it will be, and we'll get started. Here we have a fully steam clean closet. It looks absolutely beautiful. What we're going to do, went behind the door and everything. I guess I'm going to have to step in. So you can see what we want back there. Got every square inch of this closet. I'm going to go ahead and shut the light off as an indicator that we've already been in here. So basically all lights on and lights off as we complete each room. I'm going to leave this door open so that we got some airflow going in, and in fact I'm probably going to look for the bathroom fan. There we go. That will help create a little bit of airflow going on in here. And because we got that airflow, I think we might shut this door just to keep the airflow circulating as much as possible in here. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So that'll clean and get really nice. And then now clean the master bedroom. Alright, as you can see, these markings on the floor are extremely tight, so I am doubling up on the wand with dry passes and cleaning to get as thorough of a job as we possibly can. And as you can see, that little orange spot down there, that looks like bleach, and that ain't gonna come out because that's just coloration in the carpet. So my suggestion for that would be to dye it. What dye does is that you blend it so it doesn't stand out as much. However, it is absolutely impossible to match the carpets 100%. So if you came in, let's say 85% match, you're blending it in so it doesn't stick out as much. That doesn't really stick out much at all, especially once the carpets are dry. You probably won't even see it, because I didn't even see it when I was doing our pre-vacuum inspection and all that stuff. So I think the carpets will dry and that will blend right in. You won't even see it. But the suggestion to correct that would be some to re-dye it. You know, it's a little bit of dye. Takes a bit of practice. I don't do it myself, but I know the concept and how it works, and that would be the recommendation because it's so small. Alright, here we have the master bedroom. Double over, we tightened up our overpasses, we got those patterns nice and tight. Basically this is probably equivalent to cleaning the carpets twice in one clean, because we were able to give the carpets more passovers with our wand, more time with the wand going over, so all the carpeting had more suction going on at the same time, and instead of just going over long 4-foot spans, we broke them down into 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, and we overlapped, and I think it does a superb job of getting moisture out of the carpeting, as well as allowing to get as much debris out of carpeting at the same time. So, premium carpet cleaning, you gotta step up your game and do something to beat out the other guy. Okay, you guys, here's another bedroom. Just finished up with the steam cleaning. Looks absolutely beautiful. We came out the door, and I'll probably remove my footprint there in a moment. Anyways, lights out. All done. Bedroom 3. We got it all steam cleaned, looking absolutely beautiful. Doubled up on the passes. Get that debris out of there. Get it to dry quickly. And now we are shutting off lights because we are done. And here is the upstairs landing area, room, office, whatever you call this. Open space, I'm not sure. But we went through, steam cleaned this, double overlapped absolutely everything to get as much moisture and debris out of the carpeting. It looks beautiful. We're going to shut the lights off as a flag that we're done, and we're going to go head on downstairs. Steam clean front room area, but we're still going to excuse me, we're still going to put some carpet protection down and use our CRV to brush that in extremely thoroughly, and this carpet will be staying clean for quite a long time. The other thing that carpet protection does is that when we go back to steam clean again, or another carpet cleaner comes in, the carpets will come clean much easier than if we hadn't treated the carpets with this product. Front room carpets have carpet protection applied with our sprayer, agitated in with our CRB. Then I went back with our brooming, our carpet rake, groomed all the carpet, tried to get as many of the lines out, just to get it to blend in and look as beautiful as possible, and there you have it. Here are the stairways. The other section looks identical to this. I just don't want to walk over it. But stair step, riser, bull nose.